This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories. And welcome to a video that I find pretty funny today. There's going to be a bunch of cutting in this because I'm reviewing the DC Minifigure Series. And I think it's really funny because the Marvel Minifigure Series launches today, and I'm more of a DC fan myself, so I think this is a really funny thing to do. So I'm going to be going over these figures, and everyone but the... I may look at a few of them, other ones also down here, because I have a few from the Lego Batman Minifigure Series I don't have all the accessories to. I have them, they're just, put in different parts, like the Jim Gordon's wanted poster for the Joker is my juicy PD build. I think I'm using Red Hood's guns for someone else right now, in like Arrow custom characters, but we're going to take a look at all of them. I'm looking at them in groups of 3. Yeah, I think I'm going to ignore these people. So the Harley Quinn, Red Hood, Jim Gordon, and Batgirl are not going to be reviewed. I just keep them on this little display stand I got. That's an official Lego one from the Lego Batman movie. I got it after I got the minifigure series because I thought it would be nice to put them all on there. And I'm going to take a look at all of them. And, a few of them are put on here in an interesting way, like Jay Garrick, since I can't put the lightning behind him. He's holding them. And the cheetah has to be a little pushed forward because her tail pushes her forward. But I'm going to take a look at all of these characters and review them. And again, I think it's just really funny because, of course, the Marvel Minifigure Series launches today, as I said earlier, and it's funny to do that. So let's go into this. Starting off, we'll go over the Trinity: Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. Batman, as you can see here, is in his first appearance. And if you pop his helmet off, he has a more differently designed head. There is a back print, but let's take a look at the front first. He has the pink gloves. And I'll say I'm not going to do these little power blast things. You see what they look like. I'm standing up, but yeah, it's hard to keep him up like that. I keep bumping him around and somebody moving the figures around. Let's just put him on normally. Okay, putting him back on. We can take a look at these very detailed minifigures. I'm putting some pretty nice characters. Let's toss Batman's helmet mask icon for now. And this first appearance, Batman's probably one of, if not my favorite figures from it. Superman is really nice, and Wonder Woman is also her first appearance. But let's take a look at Batman first. Yeah, he has kind of the underwear on the outside, black boots, a blue batarang, a black piece of rope or web, and finally he has a cape. And he has, that's kind of more, it's a neutral expression on one side, and turning him around. Oh, he doesn't have a back expression. I think I was thinking reflection or something. But that's also what it looks like from the back. I thought he had 2 sideds on the head. And that's what the back of his suit looks like with the cape up. Let's flip him back around. Take a look at Superman. And if you look at him, his newspaper says, I think it's Cape Wonder Saves City. Or Stun City. There we go. Sorry, it's kind of reading it through the camera and it's a weird angle. He has his Rebirth suit on. I kind of wish they did the original one too. That'd be super nice to have the Trinity in their classic, first appearance suits. He does have a double-sided head though, so if we turn him around, we can put him on these studs, flip it up, you can see the backside. It's just pretty, basic backside. But if you pull his head up, he definitely has a more angry and I'd say more Injustice-like Superman look, with him having a laser eyes. Okay, flip him back around. Sorry, this is kind of annoying to do. Okay, finally we have, and straighten his hair. Yeah, finally we have first appearance Wonder Woman. She has the bracelets printed onto her arms. She has some nice leg detail. The shirt's also really nice, the torso printing. She has a more normal head expression here. And if we pop off her hair and turn her around, you can see she has more of a angry expression on the back. A nice, gap in the design. Well, it's all mainly covered up by her hair. Now we looked at the Trinity. We'll take a look at probably Jay Garrick, Aquaman, and Cyborg next. I'll be, moving around. But I thought it was important to have the Trinity go first, since they're, of course, the three biggest heroes in DC. So let me cut, and we'll go see those three next. And here, we're going to be looking at Jay Garrick's Flash, Aquaman, and first appearance Cyborg. And let's take a look at Jay Garrick first. He's a really nicely detailed figure that has the belt print going down to blue pants, finished up by red boots. And if we take a look at the side, you can also see he has the little wings printed on there. A nice lightning bolt design on his head, on his torso, and his head is one-sided with this really nice dual molded helmet. And if you pop it off, you can see the gold inside to attach the wings. And finally, flipping Jay around, you can see his backside, and that I did not put him on correctly. You can see his backside, the lightning popping out from his back to show that he's running. And you can see it's mainly a plain red back to him. Now, let's look at first appearance Cyborg. And, he looks pretty interesting. He has a purple chain. He has, of course, which was in his first appearance, who was breaking out of them. He has, let's hold this up, some nice details on his legs, of his head. You can see a newly designed Cyborg headpiece. I'm pretty sure it's newly designed. I don't think there's been any of these Cyborg minifigures before. So take a quick look at the back. And at the back, he has some nice details. Don't remember if he has a double-sided head. No, he does not. He has a silver head at the back. And popping around finally, we could see also some nice Cyborg details under it. You can just put, a normal headpiece on if you wanted to. And finally, we have the second darkest figure technically in this, if you, know your DC. And I do know, I've at least heard the story, mainly talking about, Justice League episode that kind of dialed it down. But we have him, it's like the 90s Aquaman. And he has a hook for a hand here. He has, typical, it's a pretty nice leg printing here. And armored design on his other arm, connecting to this armored plate on his side. He's holding a fish. Kind of wish I gave him a trident, but it's still fine. And he has a more happy expression here, and he's using the Aquaman hair. I think we colored in more like the blonde color for the main Aquaman in the DCEU. And this side he has a more angry face, and you can see the finishing up of his back torso. And the dark story behind this is, I believe, when he lost his hand in the comics, he also lost Aqua Baby, which is his son, and it was pretty brutal because I think he was changed to a rock and his son was pretty brutally murdered, and pretty controversial moment in the comics, I think, but it made him a lot darker of a character. I also separated from Mira for a time in the comics when that happened. But that's really this, dark story behind that. And we'll take a look at, classic villains Joker, Sinestro, and Cheetah next. And let's go look at them. Here we have classic Sinestro, first appearance Cheetah, and, Dark Knight Returns Joker. And taking a look at Cheetah, she has, money bag here. She has, cheetah costumes, since I think at this point she wasn't literally turned into a cheetah. And going up to here, we pop it off, we'll make a look at the backside, where she has a tail, a far more angry face, and you can see some of the cheetah-themed arm printing, and this probably is one of the ones you could use to technically make a character wearing a cheetah costume, if you wanted to, but let's go look at Sinestro. And he has a really nice yellow lantern piece, the Sinestro Core lantern ring, and then he has his original design before he formed the Sinestro Core, which means I think he technically shouldn't have the Sinestro Core themed ring, but it's fine. He also has some interesting face designs and leg printing. And looking at the back, it's basically repeated to the back side. And popping his, sometimes these are a little harder to do sometimes when you have one hand, but I've talked about that a bunch. He has a more evil and energized look. So after we go with that, let's take a look at the next three, which will probably be Mr. Miracle, Metamorpho, and the Huntress. And then we'll take a look at Green Lantern, Batmite, Stargirl, and Bumblebee. I almost forgot about her. She was my least favorite minifigure to put in the series. I just honestly wasn't as interested in getting her. But let me toss these guys back on. Oh, we forgot to look at Joker. I almost forgot about that. The Joker's one of my favorites in here, based off of a really dark story. And if you saw my, breakdown in one villain scene a few weeks ago, you saw what this Joker was doing. He has cotton candy from the slaughter he did at the fair. And then if we move his arm up, you can also see he has a Joker card, a smile on his face, some nice suit details. Turning him around, the suit details are finished to the back, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't have another face. Yeah, he does not, but also pretty dark if he had another face, because we're probably avoiding that since he had a batarang stuck in his eye, and I don't think they want that in a minifigure. Slight change of plans. I'm going to look at Mr. Miracle by himself since he has the chains wrapped around him, and I want to be a little more careful with that. But we have Huntress, Metamorpho, and Bumblebee. Looking at Bumblebee, she has like Bumblebee design, I think a new hairpiece, yellow lightning, which is probably the most interesting part of her to me. Looking at the back, she has a Bumblebee like designed wing piece. You can see the back torso going through, and finally popping her hair off. She has a little more angry look. So she was just my least favorite one since I've Never really seen her in a big role in anything. And I think just the biggest thing was Young Justice, where she had a kind of a smaller role in it. So, Metamorpho, he's a cool figure. He has a lot of interesting pieces. A clear leg, more solid leg, a purple hand, with pretty nice details, an orange arm, and his head has some nice details on it too. Flipping around, you can see what it looks like in the back, which is pretty similar to the front. And finally, let's take a look at Huntress, and her mask's a little sideways. So yeah, let's fix that up. So we'll look at the back first then, since I already took the head off. She has a little more of an angry expression on the back. Flipping her cape up. You can see in the purple utility belt. Nice leg, back side of the leg design. And going back to the front. If I could get her on the right way. She has some nice mask prints. Kind of surprised they put the cross on her. It seems, I think it was religious, but I think that might have just been from Arrow. She has the belt, and going down she has the boots. Yeah, I think it's a pretty nice figure. Cool inclusion. Now I'm going to look at Green Lantern, Batmite, and Stargirl. And then finally look at Mr. Miracle, since he's a little more unique to be taking apart. And just looking around with the chain. And here we have, I think it's Simon Baz Green Lantern, Stargirl, and Batmite. Looking at Stargirl first, she has a pretty new and unique piece for the Cosmic Staff's top. And now it's just a gold pole. She has some nice leg details. She has a cool body. Some nice star printing on the arm. Nice headpiece. Well, that's a normal hairpiece. Mask looks pretty cool. And if you flip her around, you can see the back details. And going up and popping her hair off. You can see she has, I think it's braces with her smile. So, yeah, it looks like a pretty cool figure. Like the Stargirl show, I thought it was cool to have this as a figure. And actually, I bought a few like individual packs before I decided to just buy the whole series on eBay. So I have doubles of Stargirl, Metamorpho, Cheetah, and Aquaman. Let's look at, but that's really just the ones I had doubles of before I decided to get the whole series, because I just tried to do the flying back thing, but not great at feeling them out. And we have the, Simon Baz Green Lantern. He has another lantern piece. Pretty sure it's Simon Baz. He has a Green Lantern logo printed on his ring. Some nice Green Lantern body details. Cool mask. And looking at the back, it's pretty basic at the back, where he has some nice details that go down from the mask to the back. And of course, some of the dual molded legs at the bottom you could see the backs of. And finally, we have Batmite. He has Detective Comics 27 in his hand. He's pretty happy. He has the custom-made, Batman clothes, since he's Batman's biggest fan. Flipping him to the back. And let's flip his cape up. You can see his costume's a lot less better fitting. He has dual molded legs and belt. And don't think he has a double-sided face either. Yeah, he does not. But he does have a cool and unique Batman cowl. Oh, I'll show you what he looks like without it on also. And he has, giant Batman glasses on, and he doesn't have it on. Which is pretty cool, design-wise. Okay, now let's take a look at the last one, Mr. Miracle. And then I'll finish up. Finishing up the ones from this series, we have Mr. Miracle. His side leg print, well, his leg printing. Let me take a look at the side. You can see it's both arm and side leg printing. A nice head. This chain's wrapped around him. I don't want to take it off because it's annoying to put back on. And if you could just take a look into the cape quickly, you can see that. There's one of the more stiff capes, which I kind of like those more. Especially have them detailed. He has a nice head print with no back. Well, he might have a little detail on the back of his mask, but not much since, you know, can't have long back head printing since he's, well, you know, bald at the back. Yeah, it doesn't look like he has anything in the back, but still he's a nice figure. And I want to grab Red Hood's guns and Gordon's posters, so you can take a look at those figures also, just for the fun of it. So we'll cut and I'll just show those figures quickly. And here we have classic Batgirl. Well, not Batgirl from the Lego Batman movie, Harley Quinn and Jim Gordon. I'll get Gordon first. He has a wanted poster for the Joker, which I keep inside of actually my Gordon's office in my Lego DC PD, which I may show off one day. Really nice details at the bottom of his legs. He has really nice details, and actually has a gun holder there, which is kind of surprising. He has arm details, and flipping him around. He has some nice details at the back. Don't remember if he doesn't have a second face. I don't know if anyone in this series does. Finally flipping him over again. Looking him from the front. He's a really nice figure. And pretty cool to have. Then we have the pink Batgirl. She has a pink batarang, pink suit, pink little armbands on the side, her mask, and popping her hair off. Take a look at the back side. She's covered by a kind of pink little sparkly cape. She has a more happy face. And coming up the back, you can see nothing really is there. And popping her hairpiece back on. Turning her around. She looks pretty cool too. We have Nurse Harley. Nice side arm printing. And some side leg. Isn't really there, it's a dual molded. She has her shoes on. Going up, you can see her a more happy face and little nurse hat on. She has a thing for Joker. She has Arkham Asylum like profile. And flipping her around. Pretty basic nurse printing at the back. And no back head print. Well, let's take a look at one of my favorites from that series, which is classic Red Hood. And all of this and that one is pretty cool. I took him out to the side so I can just put him on here. He has really nice details. He has a suit under, 2 guns going up. He has a Red Hood mask on like the Joker does. But if you pop it off, you can see he has the head of Jason Todd's Red Hood. And these are one that you really can't see the torso of. Let's pop off the armor and his red Batman cape. And you can see the suit that he wears. It's a pretty nice purple suit. He has the purple hands. And finally, flipping him around. Nothing really in the back, but that's because it's covered by both a cape and a giant piece. And this is one of the coolest figures in it since it's based off of the Killing Joke. And well, that Joker is based off of the, what's it called? Dark Knight Returns, which are some of those famous Batman comics. This is a really cool figure to have, and I really like it. Yeah, and finally, really, I just like this minifigure series overall. It's really great. Most stores I think still have, but I don't think it's being sold by Lego anymore. And if you really want to, you can probably find it for like, I think around $70 on eBay to get the full minifigure series. That's what I did, and wasn't it 16 and $5 each? That was actually a really good deal. And honestly, overall I really liked it. I think it's a cool series. And I do have other minifigures from the Lego Batman Movie Minifigure Series. I just need to find them and don't want to go digging around for them right now. But I wonder what you think. And personally, since I'm more of a DC fan, I kind of like this one more than the Marvel one. But I wonder what you think. And really, I'll just see you all in the next episode of Legends and Theories. Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, check out the video on screen, and may the Force be with you.